Okay, hi pals. Let's try to fight my reading slump today. Hi, if you're new here, I'm Casey. I do all the good booktube things, and today I thought it'd be fun to do a little vlog, essentially. We're gonna see how long this takes me, because I am in a terrible, horrible, miserable, awful fucking reading slump. I don't want to read anything I'm picking up if I have interest in it. If I don't continue reading it that day, I absolutely lose interest. And then I have to, send a bunch of shit back to the library, which is not really fun right now. So I think it might be fun today to do a bunch of different methods for me not picking my own book that I'm reading, and we're gonna go with the easiest one that I could think of for the first one. If this goes well, we will do multiple versions of this, so there will be different things. You might see my spouse pop in or one of my dogs, but we are going to start with our first guest star, and it is Gregory. She is here today to do us a favor. Gregory is a fun little thing that my spouse got me for Christmas, and she is a dice holder. So let's see. And I have like my fancy nice dice here. I have a stack of 20 books that I have sort of cobbled together / already had for, to pull from for April. So let me quickly show you the books, and then we'll roll the D20 and see what we get. I'm not gonna go through all these books. It'd take forever. You're getting a quick snapshot of them. So that's what we got. Starting at the top with the Polynic, that's 1. The bottom with the anthology is 10. Another stack of 10. The nonfiction at the top is 11. Goliath is 20. Okay, let's do this. Let's see how well this will work. I'm gonna do it like this. What will we land on? Landed on 3. Can you see that? 3. That's what we got. Gregory has picked for me the best American science fiction and fantasy 2023. I'm not just super excited about this. Short stories have not been doing it for me. It was in my pile because I already have this out from the library and I haven't even started it. But I really enjoyed last year's edition of this. So we'll see how that goes. We'll see if, we'll see. Okay, hi. I can already feel that's probably not going to work super great for me. So let's do another one because I hope it's going to give me a novel. And I have a different die, so let's. I got a 1. Okay. So 1 is Tell All by Chuck Palahniuk. I don't know shit about this. Except that this seems to be fairly short. It is under 200 pages, so fingers crossed for me. I'll check back in with you when I finish either of these. Okay, hi. You can probably hear my big dog just breathing really heavy right now. I finished a book yesterday. Oh my god, it's actually working. I finished Tell All by Chuck Palahniuk, and overall I give it it's like a 2.25 or 2.5 star. I gave it 2 stars on Goodreads, just rounded down because I didn't think it was super great and I wanted to round it down. This was fine. This is sort of like, oh god, how would I even begin to describe it? Sorry, I thought a dog was throwing up. I have my dogs today. You can see her big butt in the background. But this is kind of an old Hollywood tale of a woman who's sort of a maid and caretaker of a Hollywood starlet. And they are both aging and sort of, one telling the story of the other. But it was fine. It's filled with a bunch of slurs like a lot of Chuck Palahniuk stuff is. And overall I didn't mind it. I don't think it's bad by any means, but it wasn't really for me. But it was very fast and easy to read, so happy to get through it. Okay, the next convoluted way I am going to have anything else pick my books except me is I'm gonna have my dogs do it in a really strange way. 1 second. All 3 of my dogs really love to cuddle pillow pets, and we have 3 that they can lay on. So whichever one, sorry about the phone, whichever dog chooses one of these pillow pets, that's the book I'm gonna pick, is just based off of the pillow pet. For the lovely Buttercream here, he is going to represent the bear and the nightingale, I think. by someone. I don't know, it'll be up on the screen somewhere, because he is a bear. This one is very self-explanatory. The other two make no sense because I don't have books that correspond with what animals they are. This is the lovely fondant. This is technically my mutt dog's special pillow pet. If this one is selected, we are going to pick Diavala by Jennifer Thorne. And the last one we have is mine, my special one. This is Ganache. He is a fox, and if he is laid on, then we are going to read a book I have already started, and I'm either going to finish Kaikeyi or Rebecca, but I think we lean more towards Kaikeyi. And I will check back in with you once a pillow pet is selected. Okay, hi pals. I'm back again. I'm tired. I have a terrible headache. But I finished Kaikeyi last night. Really enjoyed it. I gave it 4 stars overall. I think I gave it like a 4.5 on Storygraph. So it was really good. I will say this was a book that I had already started. I think I talked about this in the previous clip that I had already started it, but I had kind of a difficult time with it, not at any really significant point in it. The biggest thing is just that it's really dense. And I don't mean dense as like it's dense in concept or anything, but it is so jam-packed with story from moment one to moment done, because it is a standalone fantasy that I think came in at like 600 pages or something like that. I don't really remember the page count. And so it is trying to do everything it wants to do in one book. And so it's very dense. It's a lot. There's also a lot of foreshadowing in it that to me got really overwhelming. Sometimes if I really like something, I need stuff to be a little bit more drawn out. This one, there would be foreshadowing for like, people would say in the future, this is why I saved my husband, but I didn't, and like telling you that bad things were going to happen. And I really cared about these characters. And so sometimes I really needed a break from it, because as much as I loved it and I cared about them, it would be too much for me to be like listening to the audiobook and it was too much. It was too much. I got overwhelmed. So that's why I had put it down for a long time. I actually had returned this to the library and just decided I was going to get it back when I got it back, and I got the people who were waiting for it decided to put off their hold, so I got it back immediately. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really quite good. I had a great time with it. I think story theme, all of it was excellent. My biggest complaint, like I said, is that it's not really a complaint, it's just a preference for me. I would have loved for this to have been either longer or to be 2 books. Just because just for my own emotional well-being at times, I really needed it to slow down a little bit. And it can't with what it is, but it's so good. It's so excellent. It's so well written, and I absolutely loved it. My next book I have already picked and started, and I didn't pick it. That's the whole point of this video, but my spouse picked it since I still have her up here since Gregory picked our first one and my dogs picked the second one. My spouse picked the next one, and I gave them the option. I'm not going to show like our chat message for it, but I gave them the option of picking something I'd already started reading, something that was on my desk, or something that or not on my desk, something I hadn't picked up, I didn't own and hadn't picked up from the library, or something I already had out from the library. And they picked out something I already had out from the library, and I gave them the screenshot of everything I had from Libby, and they picked Womb City. I'm 7% into this one, and I really like this. I really like this. This is so good. I just want to say, first of all, it's got a beautiful cover. The lighting's weird. I don't really know what to tell you for synopsis on that one. It seems to have a lot to do with fertility and bodily autonomy. And again, I'm only 7% of the way in, but I'm really having a good time with it. So I'll check back in with you whenever I finish this, or I finish the short story collection that I've only read the introduction on, because I'm an embarrassment. Okay, bye. Okay, hi. So I finished up Womb City a few minutes ago, and holy shit, that book. I don't know how to talk about it. This is, it's a science fiction horror, fantasy, thriller, genre bendy, crazy ride. This is one of those books where I absolutely loved it, and I was loving it so much. Went to Goodreads to see if other people felt similarly, and holy shit, this book has a terribly low rating on Goodreads. I ended up giving it a 3-star on there, primarily because I gave it a 3.5 on Storygraph, so I felt like I needed to round it down. This is just a crazy book. It's crazy. It's absolutely wild. I don't really know how to talk about it. This one I was just so enthralled by, and I loved it so much, and I loved the whole journey of it. I ended up giving it a lower rating than I think what my enjoyment of it reflects, because it's, I don't, there's so much going on. There's so much going on, and by the end, it gets absolutely fucking unhinged. And there were just parts of it that I thought were very confusing, like on purpose, stuff that I didn't think coalesced very well together, and stuff that I don't think it answered very well. So that's why I gave it a lower rating. But I have to say, as far as how much I enjoyed it, I think this is my favorite book that I've read this year so far. Even though I only gave it 3 stars, I think this is one I'm going to be thinking about for a really long time. Do you want to be on camera? This is my most... Baby, she needs a hug. Oh, ow, 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 ow. Okay, and the other thing I wanted to come on here and do, after I wipe off all the dog spit from my face, is I want to pick one last book to attempt to read over the course of like the next 2 to 3 days. And I have several holds that I've been waiting. How do I describe this? I've had 5 different holds from the library come in today, and I've been hanging on to them because I thought I was going to I thought I was going to finish Womb City today, and I thought it'd be fun to see if I could get up to 6 so that I could just like roll a d6 or something. But unfortunately only 5 came in, which is still a ton. So I am going to roll a digital die. This is D&D Beyond, one of my character sheets, and I'm going to roll a d6, and I'll show you what we pick. I should give you what the options are. So I'm just going to go in order of what I have them on. Libby, so like as I scroll, this is 1, and then we'll go further down. So 1 is The Genesis of Misery by Neon Yang. 2 is A September House by Carissa Orlando. 3 is Bridge by Lauren Bucas. 4 is The Burning God by R.F. Kuang. And the last one is A Memory Called Empire by Arcady Martin. I might be mispronouncing that last name. I'm so sorry. And then 6 is just a reroll. Let's do it that way. So let's see what we get. And I got a 3. What was 3? I have no brain. Oh, Bridge by Lauren Bucas. Okay, awesome. I will check back in with you whenever I finish this, or I finish the anthology that I picked first in this video. Okay, hi! I'm so sorry you can hear my washer and dryer in the background. It's late at night, and I'm just upstairs doing nighttime stuff, which is why I'm in an old shirt that I don't even think this is mine. I think this is yours, Nate. I just found it and threw it on for bed. But I finished A Bridge by Lauren Bucas last night and forgot to film it, and then forgot to film the entire rest of the day. It was fine. It was fine. This is a science fiction kind of thriller horror that is about Bridge, who's her main character. Her mother has recently died. Her brain cancer has finally killed her after battling with it for most of her life. And Bridge is going to her home to find some closure to help, you know, close out the house, clean out her stuff. Something I don't know anything about and didn't relate to at all. But in this process, she finds what she calls the dream worm, and suddenly pieces of her life start to make sense. Things that she's convinced herself and other people have convinced her were hallucinations, she again believes are real, and multiverse things happen. Yay! It was fine. It was fine. I have kind of a hit and miss with this author. More miss than hit, unfortunately. This was 3 stars for me, like just a really flat 3 stars. I'm pretty sure in a month or a week, I'm going to start just completely forgetting huge chunks of this just because it was very unmemorable to me. But this it was fine. I read it very quickly, very easily, and yeah, so I don't know. That's it. That's the experiment. I didn't pick my own books for a week to try to combat a reading slump, and honestly, I think it really helped. I'm actually excited to read the things I've already started. I started another thing that I did not have something else picked for me because I'm reading it in tandem with some other people, but I'm excited to read it. I keep reading it every night, and I get so excited when I get like 10% more through it. So I think that this experiment worked. I will say that I think my least favorite out of these picks were what Gregory picked for me as far as novel is concerned. Oh, by the way, the short story collection, I think I'm 7 short stories in. I'm about 30% of the way through it, and I'm really enjoying it. It's really good. I knew it would be, but it wasn't until maybe a couple days ago that I started picking those up because I was not in the mood for them. But Gregory did good there. But Tell All by Chuck Palahniuk, I have the copy of it somewhere over there. I'm not gonna go get it. That was terrible. That was bad. But at least it was entertaining. And I have to say, I think my favorite was straight up picked by my spouse. I know Womb City I gave like 3.5 stars or something, and I know I gave Kake higher, but honestly, I was so thoroughly entertained and really enjoyed it and was very much along for the ride. Had a great time with it. Can't stop thinking about it. And yeah, so enough of hearing my washer and dryer in the background. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope this was entertaining for you because it was almost borderline necessary for me because my reading slump was so bad. But if you like this, please feel free to do algorithm things. If the slump comes back, I'm probably gonna do this again because this was very, very helpful. Anyways, I will see you later. Do you see my... Oh, there's her face! Look at her face! That's a Petra. Come here. Come here. Oh, she's gonna honk. She's gonna honk and cry. Okay, okay. Okay, bye, internet. Bye, internet. Here's puppy content. Bye. Oh, my glasses. Okay, bye.